live in a time when speed consumes us, but depth heals us. People pursue goals but forget their reasons. They wake up to survive but forget to live. And it is in this constant noise that the soul silently cries out, asking for meaning, connection, faith, a reunion with what truly matters. The modern mind is full, but the heart is empty. We fill our calendars but empty our essence. We put filters on our photos but don't cleanse our thoughts. We care for our bodies like temples but neglect the spirit that inhabits them. In the name of reason, we abandon faith. In the name of progress, we set aside peace. And in this silent contradiction, many live with visible successes and invisible failures. True transformation begins when we have the courage to look in the inner mirror, when we stop running away from pain and begin to learn from it. When we understand that growth hurts, but stagnating suffocates. Pain is not the enemy, it's a message. It points out the places where we have not yet healed, and often it is at the bottom of the well that we find the roots of faith. Psychology teaches us that many of our behaviors are a reflection of unconscious patterns. We react without thinking, we repeat old stories, we live as hostages to unhealed traumas. But spirituality offers us something more. Not just understanding, but transcending. Not just explaining pain, but facing it with purpose. It's not just analyzing the past, but creating a soulful future. God speaks not only with words, but with events. He lives not only in the temple, but also in the chaos of Monday, in the wait for a diagnosis, in the silence of dawn. He whispers through coincidences, losses and new beginnings. He is in the detail we almost ignore, in the door that closes so another can open, in the no that protects us, and in the yes that drives us. As you read this, you may be going through internal battles that no one sees. Perhaps you're tired of pretending to be strong. Perhaps you're waiting for a sign that you're not alone, and here it is, you're not. Faith is that invisible thread that sustains you when all else fails. It's not the absence of doubt, but persistence even in fear. It's deciding to trust even when logic tells us otherwise. Philosophy invites us to reflect, but faith invites us to dive in. Psychology helps us understand the mind, but spirituality reconnects us with our essence. And in this meeting between reason and intuition, between science and soul, we find a point of balance, a bridge between who we are and who we are becoming. The mind wants control, but the spirit seeks surrender. The mind asks, how? The spirit asks, why? And it is in the union of these questions that a deeper wisdom is born. The wisdom of accepting what we cannot change, transforming what is within our reach, and continuing to trust in the unseen while walking in the visible. You were created with a purpose. Nothing on your path is random. Every pain has a direction. Every weight has its opportune moment. Every fall is an invitation to humility. Every victory a reminder of grace. God wastes no tears, no mistakes, no delays. He transforms dust into purpose, chaos into a path, loss into a plan. Life is a field of invisible battles. There are struggles no one sees, pain no one hears, fears no one understands. Appearances can be deceiving, a smile can hide, silence can scream. And that's why we must stop judging others' paths from the outside. Each person carries a world within, a world of memories, traumas, expectations, and prayers. Each one struggles to stay on their feet while the world tries to tear them down. Many grow up believing they need to be perfect to be loved, that they can't fail, cry, or doubt. But perfection is an illusion that imprisons us. What makes us human is precisely what we try to hide. Vulnerability, doubt, imperfection. God isn't impressed by masks. He draws closer to the truth that lies behind them. He doesn't expect you to be perfect. He only expects you to be real. The mind trained for performance seeks quick results, but the heart that searches for meaning understands the value of process. Growth isn't a straight line. Faith isn't the absence of crisis. Purpose isn't absolute certainty. Sometimes you'll lose yourself to find your way again. You'll hurt yourself to learn how to heal. You'll keep silent to listen to something the noise of the world drowned out. And in this interval between the old self and the new self, God works silently. There is a strength born in those who refuse to give up, even when everything tells them to stop. A strength that comes not from the muscles, but from the soul, which is not found in books, but in the pain experienced. It is the strength of faith, of rebuilt self-love, of the courage that blossoms after despair. It is not the courage that screams, but the courage that whispers, "Get up again." Psychology shows us that much of human suffering is linked to the attempt to control the uncontrollable. We try to predict, avoid, anticipate. But life doesn't follow formulas, and control is often just a way to hide fear. Spirituality, on the other hand, invites us to surrender, to trust in the unseen, to understand that not knowing is part of the journey, that faith begins exactly where control ends. Ancient philosophers, like Socrates, said, "Know thyself." But true self-knowledge goes beyond the mind. It touches the spirit. Look at the shadow without fear. Acknowledge pain without shame. Accept the past without being trapped in it. And this doesn't happen overnight. It's an ongoing process that requires patience, self-compassion, and faith in something greater. You don't have to understand everything right now, or have all the answers. Just keep walking with integrity, with truth, with purpose. God honors every step you take, even when you're shaking. He doesn't need you to be great. He just needs you to be honest, because it's with real, imperfect, and broken people that he writes the most transformative stories. Sometimes God's silence is more educational than his words. He is silent so you'll learn to trust. He hides so you'll learn to seek him. He delays so you'll grow before receiving. He allows the wilderness, but he never abandons you in the midst of it. And when the time is right, it all starts to make sense. That's why you can't stop now. It doesn't matter if you're tired, if it seems like nothing changes, if the path is confusing. Keep going. One day, this stage will be just a memory. One day, you'll look back and understand why you had to go through all this. You'll be thankful that when you prayed through tears, he didn't answer you. You'll realize that what seemed like the end was just a new beginning in disguise. You are a work in progress, a divine construction in full swing. And God, as the architect of your soul, knows exactly where every brick belongs. Trust the unseen blueprint. Trust the timing that seems wrong. Trust what you don't understand. Because there is a plan, even when everything seems like a mess.